Hello, my name is Anzaara Azim, and I am a student at Orlando Science High School. I stand here today to affirm the resolution the United States federal government should forgive all federal student loan debt. Roughly 43.5 million Americans have a student loan in which they have borrowed from the federal government. This sums up to over $1.7 trillion. Each person in debt has an average debt of $40,000. This is a difficult amount of money to save up to pay for while fulfilling one's family needs and desires. The proposition to forgive all student loans in the United States is grounded in a vision that encompasses social and economic equality, economic growth, and individual financial freedom. The first contention that will be discussed is economic equality in order to address the social challenges faced by many immigrants. Statistical evidence underscores the urgency of this endeavor, revealing that Black college graduates, on average, carry a staggering $25,000 more in student loan debt than the average white college graduate. This stark and persistent discrepancy not only accentuates racial and economic inequalities, but demands a comprehensive, bold approach. Student loan forgiveness emerges as a crucial catalyst for dismantling these barriers, creating an environment that fosters equal opportunity, and dismantling the intergenerational impact of student debt on marginalized communities. The next contention is the prosperous impact forgiving student loans will have on the economy. Projections based on evidence estimate that debt cancellation could inject an average of $86 billion to $106 billion into the U.S. GDP annually. Simultaneously, this measure is anticipated to create a substantial 1.5 million career opportunities, contributing significantly to an overall reduction in the unemployment rate. This symbiotic relationship between the alleviation of student debt and economic health not only underscores the urgency of relieving individual financial burdens, but also highlights the broader positive impact on the nation's economic landscape, positioning it as a cornerstone for sustainable and inclusive economic growth. The last contention to be discussed today is the financial freedom an individual deserves to be able to witness. The evidence paints a vivid picture of how this debt inhibits the pursuit of fundamental life goals, with studies revealing that it hampers small business formation and decreases home ownership rates. By alleviating individuals of this financial burden, we not only empower them to actively contribute to economic growth and innovation, but also provide a transformative pathway for the realization of the quintessential American dream, a life unburdened by the shackles of debt, fostering individual autonomy and societal well-being. In conclusion, supporting the cancellation of all student debt is a broad, revolutionary strategy that not only solves the current financial issues, but also, perhaps more importantly, establishes the foundation for a society that is fair, wealthy, and just. This all-encompassing strategy, which is firmly based on solid data and a strong commitment to social and economic fairness, is in perfect harmony with the core values upon which our country was founded and presents a better, more just future for everybody. I will now present my negative constructive. I stand here today to negate the resolution the United States federal government should forgive all federal student loan debt. It is crucial to recognize the potential drawbacks associated with such a broad-scale approach. Roughly 43.5 million Americans have a student loan in which they have borrowed from the federal government. This sums up to over $1.7 trillion. On average, each person has a debt of $40,000. The proposition to forgive all student loans in the United States is grounded in a vision that encompasses economic ramifications, temporary solutions, and a moral hazard. The first contention to be addressed is that the economic ramifications of widespread debt forgiveness cannot be ignored. The cost of such a program would be substantial, and funding it could strain the national budget, potentially leading to increased taxes or diverting resources from other critical areas, such as infrastructure or healthcare. Its estimated cost is to be in the trillions, raising critical questions about its financial feasibility. A study by the Penn Wharton budget model estimates that canceling all student debt would increase deficits by over $200 billion annually over the next decade. The resulting economic strain could hinder the national's ability to address other pressing issues, casting doubt on the sustainability of a policy that burdens the economy rather than fortifying it. The second contention emphasizes that temporary solutions toward student loan debt policies may not be equitable, as it fails to differentiate between those in genuine financial need and those who have the means to repay their loans. Recent research from the Brookings Institution highlights the disproportionate benefit that high-income individuals would receive from widespread student loan forgiveness. Their analysis reveals that more than half of the benefits would receive from universal debt forgiveness would flow to the highest earning 40% of households, indicating a regressive distribution to relief. This lack of targeting raises concerns about the misuse of funds, with taxpayer money potentially benefiting individuals who do not face significant economic hardship. A more nuanced and targeted approach is necessary to ensure that relief is directed to those who need it most. The third contention regards that the prospect of debt forgiveness might create a moral hazard, incentivizing future borrowers to take on excessive debt with the expectation that it too will be forgiven. Research from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York indicates that the student loan forgiveness is associated with an increase in future student loan debt, potentially exacerbating the very issue the affirmative seeks to address. Their statistical findings reveal a significant positive correlation between the amount of debt forgiven and the increase in future borrowing, emphasizing the need for caution in implementing policies that may inadvertently encourage irresponsible borrowing behavior. We must be cautious not to inadvertently encourage irresponsible borrowing behavior, perpetuating the cycle of debt. In conclusion, I support a rigorous assessment of the hazards involved with universal forgiveness, even as I recognize the difficulties experienced by those who are burdened by student loans. The proposed policy needs to be critically examined due to its negative effects on the economy, its unequal targeting, and its potential for moral hazard. Let's for solutions that are egalitarian in their application, fiscally responsible, and humane. Thank you.